And I'm playing with myself.
31. We got some very special guests tonight.
We do. We have the one and only Dan and Dwight from Marvel Legends Hasbro team. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us.
Yo,
thank you.
This is pretty awesome. Adam's told us for a long time you guys work for Marvel under him.
Yes. Yes.
Right? That's really
Thanks,
cool.
Ernie. Welcome back. This episode is also known as Let's Get Adam Fired.
No, I'm just kidding. That's so awesome. What a return to come back to have Dan and Dwight on. Like I had to get everything set up. I've missed you guys like crazy. I'm so happy to be back and on here. This is very cool, very special show. How could I miss this one? I mean, this is going to be awesome and great.
We lit the FET signal.
Yeah, I saw it and I answered, and what a show to come back to. So now that my hellos and everything, you guys are awesome. Check out the chat, Migos. I love you guys. They're
very
awesome.
happy to see you back.
Yeah.
They're not as excited about me being back, but they're very excited about you being back.
I'm excited, dude. We have Dan and Dwight here. This is going to be awesime.
I'm not as excited. I talk to Dwight fairly regularly. Dan here and there. We're IG chat buddies, but Dwight and I, we go ways back, right?
Ways back, man. Yeah. Probably nearly a decade or so now, right?
2000. I want to say 2008.
Wow.
So more than a decade.
Wow.
I don't want to start the show off weird at all, Dwight, but
that's true. That's true. Yeah. No, this is just a byproduct of me sitting at my house for the last year and a half, and when I don't have to go out in public, it's like I get a little more leeway. The hair just keeps growing, and the beard just keeps
I feel
evolving.
like the hair and the beard, you've got a good start on Red Guardian, and then you've got a bunch of girls, so you have a whole house full of little widows.
Of widows.
Well,
that's awesome.
There you go. The idea is free.
Thanks.
I mean, there was that one guy, I forgot who it was, but he took
Toy Bandit.
Yeah, it was Toy Bandit. That's right. He took both me and Dwight's like images, I think, from the internet or something like that, and he posed as us, and it was kind of, I don't know, Dwight, did you even know that? I forgot to tell you. Did I tell you that?
No, is he better looking than me? Because if he is, then go for it, man.
That's too funny. No, he would show up in people's live streams as you guys. And I remember that happened one time. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Dan's here. Cool. And then we didn't know if it was real or not. And then, ended up, we banned the real Dan. Sorry, Dan. But
well, here, I can make it really clear for you. For me, anyways, unless I'm specifically sent a link to invite me to something, I don't show up because I don't understand anything about the this whole universe that you guys are captaining here. So
that's
if
me.
Anyone's...
That's the mechanisms. I don't get it.
Yeah. So,
Ernie, you even understand Instagram. Dwight, it's like if I'll be talking to Dwight and I'm like, I'm gonna send you something on Instagram. Yes. He ignores me. He doesn't click things.
See, Dwight, they even made me my own page on what's it called? See,
Discord.
Discord. See, yes. A Discord thing. They had to make me my own page because I have no idea. So it's set on my phone, and that's how I check in with her. Like I go to it and I just press my page, and then I can check in with everybody because I have no idea what else is going on.
I feel that we are kindred spirits.
Yes. Yeah.
Before we get into this too much, Shaney, I know you want to talk and introduce and do all sorts of, there's one thing that I just want to say, because we have the Toy Migos big three back together, right?
Yes.
So I do want to say that we got Dan and Dwight here. We are missing Ryan, but Ryan, I just got in my series 2 of Posable Productions cards.
Nice.
So we're representing, and you're with us in spirit, buddy.
Yes.
And I'll probably be opening these during the course of the show.
All right.
Now
okay, we were having some hiccups here and there, but it looks like everything's smoothed out. The stream is going fine now. It's not lagging anymore. So I apologize for that. Literally everything bad that could have happened literally happened right before we hopped on here. So if I was quiet in the beginning there, that's the reason why. I was trying to get everything running here. So do me a favor, please hit that thumbs up. Let your friends know everything's going good now. But before we go any further than this, Ernie,
what's up?
How are Chat Migos doing?
Man, dude, I don't even know if I remember this. Let's see if I remember this so we can hop on with our guests. Hey, guys, what's up? I'm definitely back. How are you guys doing? We have a very great show. Like Cheney said, go right now, grab your friends, tell your friends. We got the Marvel team here. And you know what? Even better, it's just not the Marvel team. We got Dan and Dwight here. And they're just showing up, being homies, talking with us. We're going to talk toys, our favorite stuff, go over some things. I guess I'm supposed to back some type of HasLab or something that I didn't even know about, right, Dan? So
yeah, I'm solely here to make sure Cheney backs at least 2. That's the only reason why I'm here.
I'm gonna get one.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to, yeah. But you're gonna have to convince them. So guys, go tell your friends right now. We're definitely live. Go share your story. Go copy one of ours. Come hang out for an hour. It's gonna be a great show. I've missed you guys. Let's see if I remember that. First, it's time for you guys to check in, hit that thumbs up like I just did, then hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and hit all so you don't miss when we're on. There's a whole bunch of people here. I love you guys. I miss you guys. It's too much to get into because we want to start the show. I appreciate everybody who showed up in my place and represented for us. I am back now. I'm excited to be here. I love you guys. I miss you guys. If anything for me, go tell your friends to come hop on with us right now. Let's jump into this and talk some toys. And I promise on the next one, we'll be all cleaned up and figured out. And I'll shout you guys out. And I do want to get into the new people. I mean, I've been gone for 6 months. I don't even know who's new here. Like, I'm sure there's people right now like, dude, who's the big guy? What's going on? And why is everybody tripping out like over this guy? Does he even collect? He has nothing on his wall.
He's in an empty room.
He's got a piñata stick in the corner. I just saw that right now too. That's me, guys. I'm just missing my Winnie with tortilla.
Piñata stick?
It is a piñata stick.
Yeah.
Dude, that's dope that you have like a specialty piñata stick at the ready.
That's called security. That's what you got to call it. Yeah. And before we get started, I see everybody's rocking some shirts. Cheney, let's see, Adam, you got your special V-neck on. Dan, you got that one on. Here's one to represent for you guys. Check that out.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Art with Toys. He helped us get this one right here. So
very nice.
If you're not following Art with Toys on IG, follow Art with Toys. Very talented, very awesome guy.
All right, Cheney. So there we go. Chat Migos.
Dwight is why are we not talking about Dwight's shirt? He's is that Argentina? Is that?
Hey, I'm wearing the best in the world because I'm joining with you guys, the best in the world.
Oh, so look at that save, man!
Yeah, Dwight's right there with me, dude. Me and Dwight are gonna be the best of homies right there. That is quick on the mic. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So Cheney, I'll have you guys know that I backed Galactus day one immediately, right off the bat. While the live stream was going on, I went and backed it. So,
well, we're not all rich like you, Adam.
Right. I'm doing it
hard.
I'm doing it tonight because I'm old, as we were all talking about earlier, and I don't trust doing stuff on my phone. And I barely just got my computer plugged in yesterday. So I'm doing it right after the show. And I wanted to tell Dan that so that
how many days are left? What are we at, guys?
What are we at, Dan?
10,
11? I think we're at 11. But I don't know how to do math that well. But I mean, let me just start off by saying, like, I know I'm joking about like plugging Galactus all night long, but
he's not.
I'm not. I do want to say though that, like, from the bottom of my heart, like, I grew up a poor kid. Like, $400 is not a cheap thing, right? Like, and I want everyone to collect within their means, right? And you know, HasLab, this one might not be for you, right? And I don't want to ever make people make rash decisions, right, about backing this HasLab, right? And I know I should be, you know, plugging it away, but the only person that I'm really going to pressure tonight is Cheney, so that Cheney, like, I want to like share your screen so that I could see you back the HasLab. You know what I
Input
mean?
your credit card info.
Yeah,
so we
put
can
all my info
copy
in
it.
there for everyone to see.
You got it, man.
That's
No,
very
but
cool, Dan.
this is
I
great
definitely I agree with you on that, and that's a big thing. When it came to the Sentinel, Chat Migos were the ones who got mine. Andre started it, and they backed me. I had just had that was my car accident, right?
Mhm.
I was missing
Yep.
work. I got 7 kids. You guys all know my background, and I get you, and it's like that. And thanks to the Chat Migos, I'm getting my Sentinel.
Well,
which
guess what?
was amazing. I'll never
we just
forget.
got 2 super chats just now. We got the toy box of doom,
Mhm.
$5. He said, Dwight and Dan, thanks for all the great figures and all you do. Modular Iron Man is awesome. You're also welcome. Will Galactus be available on Big Bad Toy Store, etc., like Sentinel and Unicron? I don't know if you guys would know the answer to that, because doesn't Big Bad Toy Store, they would buy it and then
I think
sell
so.
it, right?
Yeah.
They're not doing direct. They
Right.
would be. So I answer Toy Box of Doom is Big Bad Toy Store operates independently on stuff like that. So I would assume that they probably will have it for a slightly increased price, but
For
you know,
a nominal
go back
fee.
it now because it helps it get funded, helps us hit stretch goals. So go direct to the source.
Yes.
And
There's
then-
a couple other ones as well that we need to read, but let's let Ernie do his thing real quick.
Oh, my bad, Ernie. Go for it, man.
What's that? What?
Were you going to read some of the names or no?
No, he said he's
No.
going to do
Oh.
it next week.
Okay,
No,
perfect.
next week, so
Okay,
we can
perfect.
get into it.
All right, let me
and-
get these super chats that we missed then, and then
Okay.
we'll move along.
While you're checking those real quick, just so you guys know, I know you guys have been on everybody else's show this week and everything, and like Dan said, to plug and to answer questions and everything. But right now, dude, they're being friends with us, and like Dan said, that's what he has been plugging and everything. So we do need to get Cheney to make sure that he gets his. I am super happy that I will be able to get one this time.
We have a big red heart from Laser Pants for Ernie.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. We have Blake Quammen with $4.99. Thanks for this. We have, let's see, one more. Berserk, the amazing return of the risen Fett, might be what is needed to change the mind of some buttholes.
That's just so you guys know. Like Dan probably knows this, Dwight doesn't know this, but I call everyone buttholes that waits until the last minute to back HasLab or Kickstarters or whatever. It's like you have all these people that sit there and wait to the end, and it's like I try to explain every time that we talk about this that they don't charge you until the end. So by waiting until the end, all you're doing is preventing other cool stuff from happening. So it's like, back it now. Don't wait till the end. There's going to be no difference. They're not charging your card now. They're going to charge your card at the end. So it makes no sense to wait to the end. All you're doing is keeping other cool stuff from happening by waiting.
We got
Stop
another
it.
very generous super chat
Don't
from
be a butthole.
Chamba. Huge shout out to Chamba, by the way. His book Tech on Avengers just dropped this week, so check that out.
Yo, Chamba, I tried to find one, but I couldn't, man. I went to my local one in Atlanta when it came out, and I couldn't find it. But shout out to Chamba, man. I know Chamba's like everywhere, man.
Yes,
Same here, Dan. I had to go to eBay.
Oh man, yo,
Yeah.
but
Our locals was gone. Did you know that, Cheney? Ours were sold out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I had to take to eBay.
So he said this would be a good one, and then let me read one more real quick from East Coast Figs. He says, okay, I know you can't exactly answer this question, but I just want to say I would love a classic Better Ray Bill Legends figure. I own 3 of the one from Hulkwave. He is my favorite Marvel hero.
He
Awesome.
literally in the Discord, the Toy Migos Discord, asks no one for a Better Ray Bill Marvel Legend, a classic Better Ray Bill Marvel Legend every day.
Yes.
And everyone, it's like you see the tumbleweeds blow by, but we love you, Wrestling Hound. You were adorable.
We'd love to get Beta Ray Bill out there. He's just such an expensive character. It's trying to find a home for someone like that has so many new parts to do him right. I mean, that's why we did the modern version a couple years back, because it was a much more cost-effective version. And I know there's a whole contingent that doesn't like hearing that, but that we have to figure out how to pool the money and shift it back and forth like a sand table to figure out where it goes. And that was just the best we could do at the time. I'm glad they like it. It is a solid figure, but I do hope to at some point in time get back to a classic Beta Ray Bill too.
And that's always such a good answer, Dwight, too, because sometimes collectors and new collectors or even old collectors don't understand that part, which has always been so great to have Adam on the show when we do shows like that and give the background of things. Of it isn't like you guys are just sitting there, I want this one, I want that one, I want that one, because everybody would have all their favorites and everything. When it comes to that, of, well, it takes this and it takes that, it's something that's not out there, but maybe down the line. But when you're looking at it as a whole with that, that's what makes it so different and such a great answer to put out there for everybody to understand. It isn't just no, not right now. It's because we would love to, but it takes this, this, and this in order to get it done.
See, I didn't hear a single thing you said after it was great for Adam to be here, because I've just never heard that sentence before. And it just took me to another place. So
I am never taking
that was
you to
very
New York
rude.
strip club in San Diego ever again, Dwight. That's
let me get a couple of these super chats here. We have Mobile Recluse. Hello from the Philippines and glad to see Ernie back. What is going on, man? Thank you so much for the generous super chat. Lago Figs, Cheney, sell me one of your 20 Sentinels and I'll use the funds to buy Galactus. Win-win. You make Lago happy and you make Dan happy. Come on.
legit.
Yeah, that doesn't make up for anything, Dan, because Cheney's getting what? You're getting 5?
4. I ordered 4.
Oh,
yeah,
4.
So next month can't come quick enough. I'm just
that's no excuse though, huh?
Yeah.
Right? It's really not.
Yeah, they're gonna take up realty right up above the DTOFs here. So hopefully they're not too heavy, and I come in one day and they're all busted, and then everything is a mess and shambles. But
you're gonna try to put the Sentinels up there?
I want to. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Wait, do you still have the prototype at your place right now?
Yeah, I got the Sentinel. He's in the basement.
Oh, okay. My bad. Never mind.
Whip it out. Cheney, that does sound very dangerous to put them up on top of the DTOFs, because that's
right,
a
I'm
big,
already
heavy
worried.
toy, big, heavy, expensive toy to potentially take a tumble off of there if there's ever, we live in California.
Southern
Land of
California
earthquake.
at that. Yeah. The land of the rumble. You're right.
Yeah.
Land of the
But
Rumble.
okay, if you want to put 4 $350 action figures up on top of
Hey,
a
you're not my real dad. You can't tell me what to do.
That's funny.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's kind of stick with the little regular theme here. Yeah, I know we all kind of get stuff in here and there. I'll ask our wonderful guest here. Did you guys get any new stuff this week, figure wise?
White only buys new toys at San Diego Comic-Con. And there hasn't been a San Diego Comic. It's that's it. That's when he goes shopping. I watch him.
Yeah, that is a literal truth. As sad as it is, I have not bought. I think I've only bought for myself the McFarlane Azrael figure in the last 2 years. So,
whoa, serious?
There's been two years without Comic-Con. So that's Adam's right. It's like I don't.
That's his thing. He goes and he catches up.
Yeah, I'm an old curmudgeon-y man who doesn't trust computers and tech things. So I much prefer just to have cash in my pocket and wander around and have people and just here's money, give me what I want. It's old. I'm old.
Since you don't have a haul, Dwight, I do, because I talk to you about this stuff, and I know that there's stuff especially that you're looking forward to, though, Storm collectibles and everything. What? Tell these people what kind of stuff you do like, at least.
If there was a Storm collectible store in my neighborhood, I would be there quite often. I'm really excited for their Darkstalkers line. I think those it's one of my favorite kind of forgotten video games that, everybody knows Street Fighter, right? And rightfully so. It's an amazing game.
Mm-hmm.
But I fell in love with all of those fighting games in the early to mid 90s, the Darkstalker series, especially because, it was Street Fighter with monsters. Yes, please.
Yeah.
And then the Marvel crossovers were amazing. But yeah, I'm sad that I wasn't able to get myself Dimitri just because I'm stubborn. And now I'll have to figure out how to get, one of the off variants. I'm sure they'll do multiples, right? Like they normally
There's
do.
like three different blue
now.
ones.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So it's like,
Okay.
Yeah.
you're all good. You'll be able to get a blue Dimitri at some point.
Did you see the prototype for
Yeah.
Morgan?
Yes, I did see I saw the early just gray, I think. I don't even think I saw it painted.
Yeah, it's not painted yet, but
Okay.
yeah.
Dwight is my best friend. Look he said the gray and you guys said nothing. I said that months ago about why is he gray, and I get yelled at.
Yeah.
And now everybody's like, oh, good
The
job.
prototype, Ernie,
Good
it hasn't been painted.
job.
Well, because Dwight actually knows. He makes toys for a living.
I know it's a prototype, but it's just easier to say gray. Like, he just said exactly what I said, and nobody yelled at him. That's fine.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
enough out of you. You want to get put in timeout for another 6 months?
No, I'm just so happy that
We will send you right back to the Sarlacc pit.
I'm sorry. So, Dwight, that's awesome that you do storing collectibles. Do you do Mortal Kombat?
I have Shao Kahn.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
I have a shelf in my basement that has all of my favorite villains on it from all IPs. All of the favorite things that I
Okay.
hated or traumatized me as a child, I have in one shelf. And I have things like I have a Shao Kahn. I've got a Bison, Akuma, Jason Voorhees, Predator, Dementor, just all these random villain things just because they're all just random from different multiple toy lines. And I got a handful of our stuff in there, like Apocalypse and Juggernaut, just because, they're a couple of my favorite legends that I worked on. So I got like a villain shelf, and it's just kind of chock full of all those kind of nasty things that, whenever someone finally got around to making an awesome version of them, of something that I loved, I just grab it and try to find room on the glass shelf to cram it in there.
That's very cool. Do you got a Cobra Commander up there?
The internet's taking that as confirmation of Villains Wave 2. Just that's it.
As we're here just
Incoming.
just talking
Hot
about
news,
toys,
guys.
yeah, there's going to be so many. No, I swear, dude, Dwight said they're going to be doing Mortal Kombat. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Marvel
Yeah.
Legends villains from every other intellectual property there is.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
So,
no,
do you have Cobra Commander down there?
I do not have Cobra Commander down there. I haven't got a whole lot of the classified series. I got a couple of the first ones. I think there might be a Destro on the shelf. The Destro that was very classic inspired. And I got some of the very first wave of those, but that was right before the world got topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
And I try not to spend money on the things that we have around the office that I can just kind of trade or barter for, or say, hey man, let me get a hold of a few of those, see what you guys are doing over there, so I can kind of compare and contrast. But
Research.
but that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. A missing Cobra Commander on that shelf needs to be addressed, and hopefully at some point they do Serpentor, and I can throw him in there too.
Yes.
Cobra,
Yeah.
la, 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 la,
Yeah, because I know I'm waiting for that Hascon Zartan. That one.
Oh,
is
yeah,
gonna
that
take
looks
the
cool.
place of the other one. Yes, just for all the changing color effects. So yeah, you're definitely gonna have to get a Cobra Commander to throw on your villains one. So that's very cool. Dan, have you got anything in?
Maybe like 2 weeks ago, or maybe I don't know what time is. And like, time is so nebulous these days. So what I try really to feel the pain point of fans, right? So I pre-order stuff all the time. That's our stuff, right? So like, I pre-ordered this guy, Walmart.com, got him.
Yeah, they shipped mine too. That's great. That's good.
They're doing great, guys, and it's a great figure. So yeah, this is the one that I just got recently. I collect a lot of DBZ stuff, so SH Figure Art stuff. Don't tell anybody, but yeah. So I have a big collection of DBZ stuff, and I think one of my Friezas came in this week, and something else came. Oh, my my GI Joe classified timber came in. So
I still need to get that.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. I'm very competitive, even within Hasbro. So I never try to support like my brother and sister like brands like Star Wars. Like I talk so much crap to the marketers sometimes. I'm just like, man, Marvel Legends gonna kill you, like that kind of thing, right? So I never want to admit on record that I like, buy fellow like Black Series
timber
stuff or
but
I love timber, man.
I do remember something though, actually, Adam. I didn't purchase it for myself because I don't know how to, but I did just today get a PS5. So that's my new big shiny. So that I did my first ever unboxing video today.
Wow.
I just pulled out my knife and just slashed the box open, and I'm like, hey.
That's too expensive to be stabbing with a knife.
Well, I'm
You.
Yeah, thanks.
But hey, Dan, so DBZ stuff that you collect, do you stick to certain, like I have rules with my DBZ because it's like they make so much. So I try to stick to mostly Android Cell Saga-ish, but are you everything or are you like, what are you into?
No, so I kind of break my rules too. I was like, in that opening scene in the like that last credit scene where they're all like together, you know what I mean? That group shot and all the heroes are there, and then like Goku turns like Super Saiyan last minute, right? Because like that's the team that I originally thought I was gonna collect, but then I got into like, Majin Buu figure was awesome. Like
I bought Majin Buu also just because he looked so cool.
He looked so good, and but yeah, one thing I did regret though was like, I told myself I can't get the Ginyu Force, but then like I see all these people now like completing their Ginyu Force, and I'm just like, oh man. So that's the one that I regret. But yeah, I try to make up these false rules in my head so that I don't spend too much. I'm not like you guys. I don't have Adam rich money, you know what I mean? So it's like I didn't.
Me either. I tell him that all the time. I'm like, I would like to buy that.
This is a tiny bedroom that I'm in. I swear, guys.
Like I would like to buy
LA.
those things too, but I'm just not as rich as you, Adam.
Adam, why aren't you buying Shaney his? What is this? Come on, man.
My God.
I will have you know, for the 5 months, I was gone, all I did was anime, so I'm all caught up.
Liar.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
You're a horrible liar.
Yeah, as Dan's talking, I have no idea which names he are, and I see Shaney and Adam light up. No, I still don't know. Dwight, do you anime?
We got another super chat though. We got a super chat from the Wrestling Hound. He wants to know, Dwight, do you have any of the Marvel Mafex figures?
Not anymore. I had one of the Captain the first run Captain America, but I don't think I have that one in my possession anymore. It's like I give things away just if I get something that I'm excited about, and once I'm done looking at it or using it for whatever knowledge I can gain from it, if it's not a collectible piece that I want to keep for myself, or if I've already have a collection of it at this point in my life, I get rid of it because I don't need to start more new things because there's just not as much space mostly. And now that I've got, 3 little munchkins that aren't munchkins anymore, one's going into the senior year of high school. So it's like, I gotta, be a little bit more, cautious with where
Stay on brand, Dwight. Refer to them as your little widows.
My little widows. But Ernie, no, I've not understood anything that those 3 have talked about for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, good. See, yeah. Next Comic Con, where we're all at dinner, we will be sitting next to each other then, so that we can make sure that we have our own conversation when they go crazy.
Perfect, because I've got a great story for Dragon Ball. It's just not appropriate for this setting. So I'll
after dark.
Yeah.
Oh boy. That's so funny that you said that about the munchkin thing, because I said that about my kid today. I'm like, man, she's not really that much of a munchkin anymore. She's like 7. She's all stretched out now. She's not a little anymore. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, at some point they just become a head and legs. They just like the legs just keep going, and you're like, what is going on? How have you gotten so big? Like overnight.
Yeah. It's
sure,
weird.
You guys don't know and haven't announced it yet, but you were just talking about toy shows, and like one of the things that I was just talking about at work today is we're actually, because New York Toy Fair is scheduled again to happen in person. Who knows what the world is going to be like, but it is scheduled for the Javits Center, February 19th to 22nd. I'll be there. I'll be working the Gentle Giant booth. So
can I carry boxes for you? I'll help you guys load.
You have to pay for your own flight, Ernie, but you can share my hotel room with me.
Chat Migos, let's get those super chats going. Right there.
Well,
I'm hoping to. I hope that Hasbro does their thing. I hope to hang out with you, Dwight. I have not seen you in person in years now, but we have at least like had some FaceTime chats and stuff. But it's not the same.
We just got a very, very generous super chat from Blake. Says the Legends team hanging out like tonight, making collecting fun. Thanks for connecting with your YouTubers and fans and making figures I never dreamed I'd own. This current run of Legends is history in the making.
Oh, that's a massive compliment. Thank you so much. It's a lot of hard work, but it's I mean, Dan and I have said it many times, and obviously with Brian and those of our team members who must not be named, we love what we do, and we've been doing it for a really, really long time, but it's still just as much of a passion of ours to get to make some of those oddball freak characters that you just never, like he said, that you just never would have expected. I'm absolutely in love with our Frogman from last year.
Just gonna say, like, Frogman.
It was just it was just so much fun, and I really appreciate that. I think, Ernie, when you came onto this at the very beginning, you're like, oh, I've missed this, I need this. It's like, yes. This is the closest any of us get right now to talking shop with our with our nerd geek friends, which it's like, God, man, do I miss the conventions and getting out there to shake hands and hear all the good and all the bad and everything that's working and what's not working. It's like, this is not the same, but
correct.
This is way better than nothing.
Yeah. I never realized how much I needed this until I was gone. Me and Cheney started this years ago, and even at that point when we started, we're like, are people even going to watch? Like, it's two grown dudes, talking about toys. Like, let's just do it. And we did. And now here we are. We've been to the Comic-Con since we were young and talking with you guys and meeting other people. And now we've had, people who were then just chat migos, which we didn't even call it that then, who are now moderators, friends, basically family. Then Adam joins, and then to know, like, Dan, is a part of it and everything, but a collector too, and sits here in the chat and talks with us too. Like, we are all just the same and doing what we love. But when this year changed and we hopped on even more with our quickie minis every day, we were doing them every day just to, everybody had a way to get away from the world for an hour and nerd out and talk toys and be who you really are. I think that's what the hard difference was when I was a kid growing up in school, this wasn't accepted. Like, right. I couldn't have my room like Dan has his right now. Even, I would say, probably even, I'm sure Dan's the youngest right now. Even at your age or growing up teenager or early 20s, I still had to hide it in one of the back rooms. Like, so where we're at now to be doing a show and then being gone for 5 months. Yeah, I was so just disconnected, and I miss the shows and I miss hearing with everybody. So yeah, to get on here and just be us and be who you are, and it's okay. And, this, to talk toys and to just forget about everything for how long we ever are on here. It's such a good feeling. And I got to say too, it's even a better feeling for everybody. I'm seeing all you guys saying what's up and hi, and you've missed me, and you don't know how much that means to me, because I miss you guys so much. Like Dwight said, this is therapy. I didn't know how much I needed it, and I'm so glad to be back, even though I feel like I'm not even set up to be yet. I got to get my stuff up, because I'm like Ryan, and I've been mint in box. I'm a mint in box collector. I do have some stuff opened.
You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that.
I had to tell you, because if we show up to a show, I could see you now being like, Dwight, check this out. And then you just grabbing it and ripping it and being like, I wouldn't know what to do, because Cheney already loves to do that to me.
Oh, that's my favorite thing to do.
Yes.
I love, I'll make videos of me opening stuff and I'll send them to him.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
literally,
what do you think?
Not even to post to anybody.
No,
I'm
no,
just
I
like,
won't
oh,
post
we're
it
just kidding,
online
go
or
to Soap.
anything. I'll just send
Yeah.
it directly to Ernie and like, here
And I'm
you
like,
go,
oh,
man.
what's going on? Oh, great. Yeah, there he is, just ripping another toy that I don't have. Thanks. Yeah. So yeah, that is our only difference. I'm mint in box, and
I'm interjecting because I want to plug something while we have lots of people listening, because we all do miss toy shows, and we're gonna do a Toy Migos meetup September 4th, Saturday, September 4th. That's coming up soon.
For real?
Frank & Sons. So it's Frank & Sons toy show.
I'm
Ernie,
going.
you have to come.
Yeah.
Wearing masks, it's gonna be socially distant. No group hugs or anything, maybe fist bumps or elbow bumps, but like lots of hand sanitizer as well. But Toy Migos meetup, Frank & Sons, Saturday, September 4th. And I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not making guarantees yet, but a bunch of other toy industry folk are being invited. I think that Renee and Beardy are going to come. I just talked to Phil Ramirez today. I think he's coming. I believe that Dave Vonner will make an appearance. So we're going to have a big crew there, guys. So everyone that wants to come meet up and do a toy show kind of thing, that's what we're doing.
I'm excited.
There's people flying out, like to reference Jurassic Jesse, who we missed his super chat. He says, "Oh, I'm late for the epic return of the fallen Fett. We love you, Bernie. What's up, Migos? Hey, Adam and Cheney."
What's up, Jurassic Jesse?
He's coming all the way from Reno. So
yeah, Jesse's flying, and then you said Laser Pants is flying also to come to Frank. And like, I have to say this though, Frank & Sons is a swap meet, guys. It is literally like, it's like a flea market. It's a little bit nicer than that, but it is booths.
I was just there
vendors
last night.
selling toys and comics and stuff. It's not like. Please make other plans if you're also flying out.
If somebody is telling you like you can't
go to Disneyland,
like your significant other, they got Pokemon cards, baseball cards, they got Loungefly stuff. I was just there last night. I was ripping hard with my Toy Migos face mask. Said what's up to a few people. Because the wife's Evil Diva's favorite place is the comic book clothing. She gets all her Loungefly and stuff from there. He's always hooked us up with great deals. He listens to the show. What's up, comic book clothing? So don't think that it's just a thing of toys. If you're being held back to come show up, we all know what that's like. So throw it out there. There's Loungefly, there's anime, there's gosh, what else is there? Cosplay stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. And there's like
there's everything
too. Like it's a cool show. But you know, if you are flying, make other plans too, I guess.
Yeah, we're probably gonna try and meet up somewhere after and hang out as well. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Hit up Chuck E. Cheese?
Only for you, buddy. I know how much you love the ball pit. So
and skee ball, let's do it.
Yep. So I had a question I want to ask you guys. I kind of know Dwight's. I'm kind of sure about Dan, but how long have you guys been working on the Marvel Legends team?
Dan, you want to go first?
Yeah, so I'm probably the newest. Damn, now I'm forgetting what year is it? It's 3 years.
We're still in 2021.
Yeah, yeah. So for me, on Legends, it's been 3 years. I've been with Hasbro 4.5 years. Before this, it was on Baby Alive, so completely different from Legends, right? But Legends has been a blast, man. Like I get yelled at by Dwight all the time, and it's great. And I'm just kidding. No. I'm kidding. Dwight is actually super, super, super nice. He tries to play the heel often on these like interviews and things like that. But he's actually like super, super cool and super nice. And I just feel honored to be part of the team, and more importantly, to be part of the Marvel Legends community. Because shout out to Blake, shout out to everybody else who put in super chats. But it's honestly this community, this action figure, this toy community that has really, brought the brand to where it is today. And, like genuinely, like what Dwight was saying, like we miss like going to conventions just to hear the feedback from you guys and getting that energy from you guys. You know what I mean? So thank you to everybody who has, supported us even before when I was on, like way before when I was on, right? From day one, you guys have been supporters, and even people like who are new. Welcome to the community. And And also to the guys that just gave a super chat from the Philippines, like we love our international fans too. Like we only, just because of the time zone and everything like that, we always try to talk to like North America type of influencers or like toy people, but we'd love to, you know, go around the world and meet the fans internationally too. So yeah.
Heck yeah.
Sorry, that was really long-winded.
No, that was awesome because I love it. When you get on here, you forget about the world. Like honestly, you do. So like you said, Philippines, Australia. We have who else has always come on? Shaney, Finland. People from Europe. We got everybody everywhere.
That Toy Farce is, I think, in Sweden. I think he's around that area.
I think so.
Yeah, he said he had to get up. He had to get up at 5 a.m. just to watch this today. So
wow, shout out to you, man.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Toy Farce. Like,
but much love to you guys too for hopping on here because you guys are East Coast.
Yeah,
we're West Coast, so it's way late for you guys, which we greatly appreciate. And that's something exactly like Dan's explaining is, you know, it's because of the love and the talk and, you know, to be connected with everybody. Like this is what it's all about. And that's very cool.
I need to ruin how sweet Dan was though, because I need to challenge our chat migos who are awesome in the Discord usually with photoshopping stuff really quickly. So I would love to challenge some chat migos to get me a Dan Yoon picture, kind of like how he is right now. But instead of Marvel Legends behind him, I want a whole bunch of Baby Alive and maybe a Baby Alive t-shirt. So
no, a Baby Alive onesie.
Baby Alive.
The Baby Alive onesie. Man.
It's all, what have I done?
No, man, but shout out to my friends at Baby Alive. I honestly thought like when I joined Hasbro, I'd be on like you know, like an action brand type of thing, like Star Wars or Marvel or something like that. And then when I got a job at Hasbro and it was Baby Alive, I was like nervous. I was like, I don't know anything about baby dolls, you know what I mean? And so, you know, it was a learning experience, like, you know, information overload, like just trying to understand the consumer of like a baby doll type of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a lot of learning and there was a lot of growing pain there, but I loved my time at Baby Alive, man. The engineers and the designers are great.
We all took weird paths to get to where we are. When I got hired as my first co-op in college,
founded Kenner, right?
It was at Kenner. I was in school in Cincinnati, and I went for the Kenner interview, and they gave me a job on Tonka, and I'm like, Tonka. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never drawn a vehicle or anything, but I'm like, okay, cool. It gets me in the door. So I go to the first day at the office, and they put all of us co-ops in a room, and they come around, and they're asking our names, and they're like, Dwight. Yeah. They're like, okay, you're on G.I. Joe. And I'm like, what? It's like, so on my very first day, I went from vehicles, which I knew nothing about, to my absolute favorite toy line as a child. And I'm like, oh, okay, I think I can handle this for 3 months. And yeah, and now from Dan being the newest guy in the team, I guess I'm the oldest guy in the team. I've been on Marvel since day one, which was back in 2006 for a 2007 product launch. So I've been doing Marvel Legends for almost 15 years now, as well as many other things, you know, in and out of that before. You know, I had, 4 or 5 years before Marvel. And yeah, Dan, remembers his prior teams fondly. Those people are dead to me. They're all gone and on the side, and I've landed in my most dreamy job with Marvel. Now that I said this, I know I'll get to the office next week, and they're like, "Yeah, Dwight, you're switching to Baby Alive." It's like, oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so Dwight, you mentioned working on G.I. Joe, but you have a G.I. Joe figure of yourself.
He does.
Yes. Yeah. I had a very narcissistic phase of my life when I was leaving Joe, it was my end of my co-op. It was pretty rare. They entrusted me as a co-op to lead development for the 3 3/4 inch line. Under Michelino, a good friend of mine who now is leading up Transformers. So he put a lot of trust in me, and he was letting me work heavily on GI Joe, and it was one of the best things I've ever had to do, because not only was I working on the design of the characters with a lot of amazingly talented artists on the outside, but I also got to create new characters and write the backstories, and because that was what I loved about GI Joe, was the stories and all the different characters. So it was so awesome to be able to write up, you know, I would just sit down with a notepad and I would write these stories out, and then I would give them to our copywriters, and they were like, okay, well, we can't use these words, Dwight, because they're not appropriate, but I'll edit it down. You know, it's like, we can't use assassin, we're going to say mercenary. You know, we don't use terrorist, we're going to use evil. You know, it was just, you know, it was a learning curve, but, you know, writing all those characters in there, and that was when I was much younger and much handsomer. So I wrote myself into the story, and I actually wrote my brother in as an evil Cobra agent.
Yeah, he was a sniper.
Yeah, and we actually wrote a sister in, which I don't have a sister. All I have is brothers, but I ended up naming that character after my oldest daughter. So now my oldest, my brother, and me are all three members of the GI Joe and Cobra teams.
Dude, I did not know that. That is so awesome.
I was lucky enough that we were able to sneak my likeness in on the MODOK figure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of the other things that, you know, a lot of people don't realize either is, like, you've been through a lot with this Legends team. When you guys started, people weren't really fans in the beginning. You guys got a lot of flack in the beginning, man.
Rightfully so, though. I mean, you know, it's like there was a lot of learnings to be had. You know, Hasbro had never done a toy line like that before. You know, we were very heavily and very much experts in the 12-inch categories and in 3 3/4 inch, as well as obviously, you know, masters of Transformers with Takara Tomy and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we had never done a 6-inch action figure line, so, you know, working in partnership with a brand new team on the outside. And it was a really challenging time, because we were working with the X team of developers from Toy Biz were now at Marvel, and they were now our licensors. So imagine, you know, going into a room, taking someone's baby from them and say, I got this from here, I'm going to raise this, you know, thank
Mm-hmm.
you. You know, it's like, it was never contagious or contentious, but it was, you know, really hard, because, you know, it's like, you know, Jesse, God love him, it's like, you know, that was his thing. You know, he created Legends, and then you're like, all right, you know, I have to hand this over to this dude that I've never met before, you know, and Jesse loves Legends, you know, just as much today as he did, you know, almost 20 years ago, you know, or even before that, when they created the predecessors with the Spider line and
Mm-hmm.
so forth. So, you know, it was just, you know, it was tough. And, you know, and then they handed over a bunch of their next couple of waves of stuff. They handed over to us, because they had already had, you know, things in progress, and we
Right.
looked at those and we used some of that. And, you know, we tried to look at how we would handle the business from a much different point of view, because we were a much different company, Hasbro, than Toy Biz. And, you know, and I was really young, you know, doing this. And like I said, I had never done anything like this before. So we tried different things. We tried different articulation systems and so on and so forth. And a lot of it, you know, it wasn't, you know, it took us a while to get our feet under us and to figure out exactly what we had. And at the time, I wasn't even reading comic books back then. It was like, you know, because I was so engrossed in, what was I on? I was coming off of Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and a short run on Transformers. Those were like the brands I was doing before I got moved over to the Marvel team. So it's like, I read comics when I was a child. I read comics pretty heavily in the 90s with X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, when college and everything hit, it just kind of like, I did love Battle Chasers and Danger Girl, and the DC run of the Breaking of the Bat. You know, there was chunks that I would pick up in the Doomsday Saga and so forth. But with the exception of those bits and pieces, it's like I wasn't reading a lot of comic books. Age of Apocalypse had broken me, and I had just kind of pushed that stuff aside, because it was just too big, and it was too hard to follow in a pre-internet world. to not know what issue was coming out next and how to read that book because it crossed over so much stuff. I just I dropped out. Dan, poor Dan.
Dan,
Oh,
the baby
man.
alive. You got to rep it, Dan. You do.
Yeah, man. I'm proud of that,
How
man.
fast our
That's
chat
how fast-
amigos are.
yeah.
That's JoJo Photo 3000. Thank you. That was amazing. Dan, I'll send that to you. You can update all your LinkedIn profile pics and stuff.
I'll definitely do that. I have a lot of pride for Baby Alive. I got a lot of homies in there. They showed me how a doll poops, and I was like, oh, wow. This is like really creative right here. Really creative right now.
Let me catch up on a couple of these super chats here. We got Nico Hodge with a very generous super chat. He says he's here to support Dan, Dwight, and Toy Migos. Also, TC with a knife. What could that mean, Adam?
Tuesday crew.
There we go. And then
Shout
we
out
have,
to the Tuesday crew.
yes, Tuesday crew. What is up? We got Billy
Dan,
Moon.
Dan, you're going to be making a reappearance with our friend Unparalleled Universe sometime in the near future, correct?
Yeah. I think, I don't know if he said it already, but I think next Friday, I think I'll be making an appearance with Wade. We'll probably be talking about hip hop a lot. I'll be telling him and the whole like crew over there, that, New York rap is the best rap ever and things of that nature. But so check out next Friday. I'll be on Unparalleled Universe. But I don't know if we officially announced that or not, but it's out there now in the ether. So there it is.
Now.
It is now.
It's there now.
Shout out to Billy Moon with a very generous super chat.
Billy Moon.
Thank you,
Billy?
sir. And okay, all right, we're caught up now. I didn't want to let those go too long.
Hey, before I forget too, I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat as well too, the chat Migos.
Mhm.
Thank you to the guys who sent me stuff over this last 6 months and kept me caught up on exclusives and things. Like I was getting DMs from everybody of Ernie, I know you need this. Here you go. I ordered you this. And I'm still alive and up to date because of the chat Migos. So that's way awesome. I thank you guys so much. And for those of you who do send me stuff, you need to DM me because I do have a new address. So don't send to the other one anymore. Because a lot of people do like to send stuff and have me open it or whatever. And then they're like, I sent you something. And I'm like, oh, I'm not even there anymore. Okay, let me track this down. So
yeah, by the way,
you
we've
guys.
got a new PO box, so I'll load that up on there too.
Okay, awesome.
I think we're also we're losing Dwight, right? For a little bit. Do you have
I'm
to?
good.
You're good.
I'm good.
Never mind
I'm
then.
good.
Okay.
Cool.
Take
Okay,
that all
Dwight. So a
back.
lot of people were asking, who is the figure? Are we allowed to share that or
What? Who is what figure?
the GI Joe figure? The GI Joe
it's
figure.
I answered it in chat already. The character's name is Barrel Roll. So that was, but it was the Valor versus Venom, right? Era of GI Joe.
Spy Troops.
Spy Troops.
It was right before Valor
It was
Venom.
before the 25th anniversary line kicked off.
Yeah.
And then your brother was Blackout, I want to say.
Yeah, and my daughter was Bomb Strike.
Why do I know these things? Like, why do I
So
retain
awesome.
memories like
Because
that?
we're nerds and stupid, pointless, worthless files get stuck in our brain from now till.
And then then Dan and Wade start talking about rap, and I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm just like, all right, cool. And then like Dan's wearing some kind of a sports hat. I have no idea.
Is that the
This is
foosballs?
This is how I rebel, because usually I always have to wear like a Marvel cap, but I'm rebelling. Me and Dwight are both rebelling. We're like, we're going to wear some sports apparel today. So
That's very cool. Dan, speaking of all the hip hop stuff, just real quick, you don't West Coast anything?
no, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No. I'm just playing. I love,
because I know you get into it hardcore with them, but that's what I'm saying.
I love West Coast like rap. Like some of the biggest stuff that I used to listen to when I was a kid, like when I first listened to hip hop, was from like the West Coast. Like who wasn't listening to The Chronic or like Doggy Style or things of that nature? You know what I mean? So like I love West Coast like rap. I'm just talking trash. I'm like pre-gaming, the talking trash
getting ready
for next
for the
Friday.
show.
You know what I mean?
I just wanted to make sure.
I know you were checking out like Tuesday Wade's show, so like you got to weigh in because like half of the Tuesday crew is here throwing up knives right now.
Yes.
How do you feel about Drake? And is Drake a rapper or an MC?
Dwight, is Drake a rapper or an MC?
What's a Drake?
Originally, he was known as Jimmy in Degrassi.
Hey,
No,
that didn't help me very much.
Oh,
Dwight's too old for Degrassi too, because
Was
my
he a
lady keeps telling me I have to watch Degrassi because it's outlandish, like crazy
Well,
stuff happening in high school, but I've never seen it.
it goes there. Okay, that was the
Yeah.
that
Was he a member of the Moody Blues?
I don't even get that. I don't even get this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dad. I don't even Moody Blues. Dang. No, I do not. Yeah.
To answer that question, here's the thing. Like, I'm sort of with Wade in the sense that, like, you know, Drake doesn't write his own rhymes sometimes, right? I don't want to say that he doesn't write, like,
yeah, he has a lot of ghostwriters.
he has a lot of ghostwriters, right?
Yeah.
So, like, in that sense, he can't be a true MC in my book, right? But
Right.
what I was trying to tell Wade, and I told him after the live stream too, was like, he deserves respect in being able to be this relevant in like pop culture. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like with any like rap star, like they peak for maybe like 2 or 3 years, you know what I mean? But like, he's been consistently top of the charts in terms of pop stuff for like almost a decade now. So I just think like he gets a lot of hate because he is popular. But to answer the question, I would consider him more of a pop star versus like a true MC. But that's I still listen to Drake's songs sometimes, like if it comes up or if it's in like a playlist or something like that. I have no hate towards him, but I wouldn't consider him like a true MC that I would be like top 5 lyricist or anything like that. You know what I mean?
You heard it here first. Dan has beef with Drake.
Oh, no.
We got a very generous super chat from MCU Collector 24. He said, "This is awesome. Legends team and the Toy Migos. Love the interaction with the community. I know you guys love MCU Collector too. He got to reveal the Compound Hulk with you guys. He's been on panels before. He's an awesome dude. Bryant, thanks a lot, man.
I can't wait for that Compound Hulk. I'm a Hulk fan, so I get everything Hulk. So I can't wait for that one. So I ordered it at regular price and on sale. Just saying. So.
I still haven't gotten my regular price one, and I kept that pre-order open. I did not order it on sale, even though it did go on sale. We did get 2 more super chats though. JLA Reject, he says, "Can we get articulated females like in the Lightning collection? Baba Booey. So the females in the Lightning collection, they have that I guess the upside down, the ab crunch with the torso swivel at the top, which the retro Spider-Man has. I mean, my personal opinion on that articulation point is it can be cool. I love the Lightning collection. I buy a lot of the Lightning collection. I think my opinion on that, and it's not as a Legends team guy, it's just as a toy fan guy, I think that all of that torso articulation should be judged on a case-by-case basis. Wherever you can hide it the best and get good range of motion, that's my personal opinion across the board, whether that's Hasbro, Mattel, NECA, Mezco, anything. It's fit the articulation to hide it and still get movement. Like I want a happy mesh of both, but if you guys want to weigh in official answers, they're here to hear you, not me. And I keep talking.
Yeah, you just keep going. You just keep going, Adam.
Fire me already.
But the thing is, you'll keep nitpicking in my ear until I do what you say anyway. So, what about this? But what about this? But how about that? But what about this? What if we try this?
I literally, like, Dwight is so used to me every time just being like, we could put butterflies for the shoulders.
I'm sure at some point we'll get to butterflies on females and possibly even the super articulated, torso at some point down the line. I think it's just natural for these things to continue to evolve and improve, and in whether not every step forward is going to be a win, right? Sometimes you try something and it doesn't work, but there's no reason why you shouldn't give it a shot and see what happens. I think a character like that, if we could find the right figure, if we have the right budget, if you can hide it with like a nice floating belt or something, I think you could definitely, we could definitely look at that at some point in the future.
Well, pulling this back to Galactus too, you unveiled Nova, which is the first stretch goal that has the double elbows, double knees, all pinless. So you've got like kind of a new female body that could be coming if people don't sit and wait to the last minute and they go and they back Galactus. So
that's true.
Go do that,
Cheney.
guys.
Yeah, Cheney.
Yeah, Cheney.
Well,
we got another super chat from Bat Force Grumps. Been enjoying Marvel Legends figures throughout the whole pandemic, while another company holds DC figures hostage. Let's go Mets, Queens, NYC, Knives Out.
Yo, what up? Queens all the time, all the way.
And then we have another super chat from
What up, Grumps?
Soul Brother. Welcome back to the Risen Fet. Welcome
What
back,
up?
Adam. Thanks, Dan and Dwight. D&D ? For being here with us tonight.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I love me some D&D.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good nickname for you guys.
I saw a comment up earlier from who was it? I can't remember. I think it was Scruffy Nerd that said, since Dan was on Baby Alive, and that means, we're going to get X Babies soon, right?
There you go.
There's that leak. Yeah.
There you go. Again, go with it, internet.
There you go. Yeah. For me, go ahead.
No, my favorite confirmation was like when we were doing interviews, all these like planes just like flew over my like house, and then like somebody on the internet was like, Blackbird confirmed. And I was
Like it was a sound effect you just kept pushing. You think they're gonna get it? Yeah. That's great.
A blackbird the size of your kitchen table, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Cheney would back that with the hotness. No, like
I think there's a limit for me on that. Like I don't
really.
You seem to have room on your ceiling though. You
Right.
can just like hang it floating above you.
As I look up at my Black
that
Series TIE
Wolverine
Fighter.
rides inside the Blackbird, right?
Oh,
You know,
yes,
like
I'm
Wolverine is usually in there.
Yes, I know.
You can't say no because the Black Series TIE Fighter is freaking huge.
That's true.
And a lot of people got those
That's
right
true.
out the gate. That wasn't a HasLab. That wasn't anything. That was just, it's huge. I don't even know where to put it.
I'll settle
I
for
have it
X
hanging.
Babies first. I'll tell you that. I mean,
Okay.
I've been loving all the X-Men stuff, guys. Like literally, like I've been so happy. Like Age of Apocalypse stuff, like the House of X and Powers of 10. Like nobody saw that coming. That was awesome that you guys did that. Like I've just been loving all the X-Men stuff. Like keep it coming.
It's like not even a secret anymore, but like Dwight, myself, and Ryan, and everybody else who like every day works on Legends, like we all love the X-Men. It's like it's like we always kind of like joke, but it's like we would love to always make some X-Men stuff, but we always have to balance things out. But yeah, we if we had unlimited budget and we could just decide whatever we want, I'm sure like 80% of the line would have been X-Men or something X-Men adjacent type of thing.
Hey, I agreed. We just gated a wave of X-Men today that I would be willing to put money down that no one listening would be able to come up with the correct assortment of characters and Build-A-Figures.
Ooh, very true.
Oh my
Very
goodness.
true.
Oh my god.
I don't think there's a person alive that would be able to come up with those 7 figures in the builder that we went through today.
That's true. That's true.
Oh my God. Cheney's heart's racing right now.
I love it.
I swear to God. You can see Cheney's heart like this.
I think what our engineer said, it was the most complex Build-A-Figure we've ever done.
It is. I would say so too. Yeah.
Oh man.
Really? Yeah, look at Adam.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Now that's from an engineering point of view. So
Yes.
once it's revealed 8 months from now, sorry for the long tease. It'll
Exactly. And like you guys, the Butter Baron toying around. He couldn't even put together MODOK. So
He had a really tough time with that. He really had a tough time with that. I didn't get to see that when it happened live, but I was catching it on the replay, and I had to message him and be like, Kevin, man, what's happening here? Like, it literally took you 30 minutes to build that, dude. Like, I snapped him together in like 5.
Dude, he ended up, like, on a follow-up stream, he ended up disassembling it, and he gave it to his daughter, and she put it together.
She just snapped it right together with no
issues. All click, click, click.
Yeah.
It's funny because we were actually thinking, like, maybe we need to include like a very like descriptive like instruction sheet in terms of like how to do it. And then like our engineer was like, nah, I'm pretty sure a kid can just do it. So shout out to Butterbear and Dev. No, I'm just playing, man.
I know.
Awesome.
I was gonna make a joke that maybe it was a Canadian thing, but his daughter.
Oh yeah, she
right
just
away.
knocked it out, no problem. Yeah, it was done and over with. We got another generous super chat from Nick's Figs. Awesome super show tonight. Ernie and Adam are back. Hasbro Legends team in the building, and best of all, Ernie's opening something live. I didn't know that.
I don't have anything near. Look at the room.
You're opening something
You gotta
live?
use the pinata stick and just beat something open.
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna throw it up and just go at it. Yeah.
We got another generous super chat from Punker Mike. He says Dan and Dwight are wearing sports gear. X-Men figure wave confirmed.
I mean, like, I would buy, and you know what? Ryan would probably buy that because that would mean it would be a Gambit without a jacket. So he would be happy, right?
We've been wanting to do the softball team. Remember all the comic books that they would always have those summer like comic books where they'd be out there, you'd have they'd have half of the cast by the pool and the other half be playing baseball. They'd have their jerseys and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
We've wanted for a long time to try to figure out a way to do something like that, just because we think it'd be an amazing, like, I don't know, like a convention set or something.
Yeah,
right. That's always what I go to all the time. Okay, so it's going to be a concept.
I remember it, like in the
Perfect.
Jim Lee X-Men books early on relaunch. There was like a basketball game with Gambit where he was wearing like a halvesies shirt, like a belly shirt.
Yep.
Like, come on, bring it on, guys. Let's do
yes, I want that. Yes.
I want my Logan in his short cut off blue jeans.
Oh yeah,
with the sausage on the claw.
I remember like a comic panel where like Storm was saying something like, oh, it feels like we keep losing. And then Forge is like, yeah, I feel like we're the Mets. And I was like, what the frick?
He's all, hey, hold on.
1986
I was like,
Mets,
wait.
Forge, come on. 1986 Mets.
Uh-oh,
I just made a sports reference, guys, and I'm pretty sure it was correct. So
we have a very generous super chat from the Butter Baron himself, Hot Hollywood Butter toying around. Says MODOK, and then a lot of like cursing emojis.
Yo, we're saying that story when Dan said that. You know what that reminded me of? As far as for marketing stuff and anything, I'm sure Dwight can jump on this one, but Dan, I don't even know if you know, being so young. Imagine if we could do commercials still, like Marvel Legend Kids commercials, like we got when we were kids, right? I mean, seeing
Trust
them,
me, that has been pitched multiple times.
That would be, oh God.
Imagine
especially with like the retro wave.